Imagine buying a house and getting a second passport with it. No years of waiting, no hard exam, just a property, some paperwork, and a brand new nationality. This is real. Right now, a small group of countries will trade you full citizenship for a property purchase. People want this for one simple reason. A second passport means more freedom. Freedom to travel without visas. Freedom to protect your family if things go wrong back home. Freedom to build a backup plan somewhere safer. In this video, we're counting down 10 countries where buying property can actually get you citizenship. Not just a visa, not just a residence card, a real passport. Some of these countries will surprise you. One of them can make you a citizen in as little as 3 months. And our number one pick might be the last country you'd expect to sell a passport this close to Europe for the price of an apartment. Let's begin with number 10. Before we start, here's something you need to know. Most golden visa programs you've heard about, Portugal, Spain, Malta, don't give you citizenship for buying property anymore. They used to. Spain shut its program down in 2025. Portugal removed property from its list back in 2023. European courts blocked Malta from selling citizenship directly. So this list is different. Every country here still lets you turn a property purchase into a real passport. Some do it right away. Some do it through a program built just for that purpose. We'll give you the real numbers, and the one thing most guides leave out, the catch. Let's count down. Number 10, Jordan sits in the middle of the Middle East, wedged between Israel, Syria, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia. And it's earned a reputation as one of the calmest, most stable countries in a very hard region. That stability comes with a price tag. Jordan's Citizenship by Investment program asks for a minimum of $750,000 in property or other approved assets, the steepest entry fee on this entire list. Imagine wiring $750,000 for a passport, then waiting up to 18 months to actually hold it in your hand. That's the trade-off here. In return, you get visa-free or visa-on-arrival access to more than 80 countries and a genuinely safe base in a part of the world where safe is hard to come by. Here's the part most people don't know. Jordan has absorbed millions of refugees from Syria and Iraq over the last 2 decades, more per capita than almost any nation on earth, and it has still managed to stay one of the calmest countries in the region. That's exactly why wealthy investors from across the Middle East treat it as a safe harbor. Jordan's price is steep, but its passport stays close to home. Our next country asks for a fraction of that money, and it's been perfecting this business since before most of today's applicants were even born. Number 9, St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis is where the entire industry began. Back in 1984, this tiny twin island nation launched the world's first citizenship by investment program, and everyone who came after has been copying its playbook ever since. Imagine a country with fewer people than a mid-sized university town, around 47,000 in total, that has quietly welcomed tens of thousands of new citizens through investment over 4 decades. That's St. Kitts today. A straight donation starts at $250,000. Choose real estate instead, and the price climbs to $325,000. With your money locked into that property for at least 7 years, the longest hold period anywhere in the Caribbean. What you get back is a passport with visa-free access to over 150 countries, including the UK and the Schengen area, and a process so refined by decades of practice that most applications move through in 4 to 6 months without a single surprise. Here's the part most people don't know. 7 years is such a long commitment that if the local property market cools down even slightly, some investors find themselves waiting far longer than the program itself to get their money back out. That's the original. But the next island on our list traded a little bit of speed for something St. Kitts doesn't offer at all. 8. St. Lucia. St. Lucia is the island most people know from postcards. 2 dramatic volcanic peaks rising straight out of the Caribbean Sea. Fewer people know it also runs one of the most flexible citizenship programs in the region. Picture this. Instead of handing your money to a government fund, you invest directly into an approved beachfront resort or development project. And that investment becomes your family's ticket to a second passport. A donation starts at $240,000. The real estate route starts higher, from around $300,000 with a required holding period before you can ever sell. The trade-off is time. St. Lucia's approvals can take anywhere from 8 to 16 months, one of the slowest timelines on this list, and the list of eligible properties is small, so you can't just buy any home that catches your eye. Here's the part most people don't know. St. Lucia's Twin Peaks, the Pitons, are a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and a handful of the approved investment resorts are built with a direct, unblocked view of them, which is part of why the real estate route still attracts buyers despite the wait. St. Lucia asks you to be patient. Our next country asks for something else entirely, a 5-day visit in exchange for a door into the American business world. Number 7. Antigua and Barbuda. Antigua and Barbuda is famous for its 365 beaches, supposedly one for every day of the year, but its citizenship program has become famous for something else entirely, a genuine path toward the United States. Imagine holding a Caribbean passport that lets you apply for a USE-2 investor visa, giving you the right to live and run a business inside America, a door that most passports on Earth simply don't open. That's Antigua's real advantage. A donation for a family of 4 starts at $230,000, or you can choose real estate from around $300,000, held for at least 5 years. Processing usually takes 4 to 6 months, and the passport itself carries visa-free access to more than 150 countries. Here's the part most people don't know. Unlike most of its neighbors, Antigua actually requires you to set foot on the island. Just 5 days, sometime in your first 5 years as a citizen. It's a small ask, but it's more than almost anywhere else in the Caribbean demands. Antigua ties its passport to America. Our next stop ties its passport to nothing at all. No residency requirement, no visit, and a speed that nothing else on this list can match. Number 6. Vanuatu. Vanuatu is a chain of volcanic islands scattered across the South Pacific, roughly halfway between Australia and Fiji, and it has built a reputation as the fastest passport on Earth. Picture applying for citizenship on a Tuesday and holding your new passport before the month is out. Through Vanuatu's donation route, that's genuinely possible. Some applications close in as little as 1 to 2 months. There's also a newer real estate option program, letting you qualify by buying a government-approved property worth at least $200,000. Either way, you end up with visa-free access to more than 100 countries, including the UK and the Schengen area, and citizenship in a country that charges no income tax, no capital gains tax, no wealth tax, and no inheritance tax at all. Here's the part most people don't know. Vanuatu regularly ranks among the happiest nations on Earth in independent well-being surveys. Despite sitting in one of the most active earthquake and cyclone zones on the planet, proof that safety and happiness don't always mean the same thing. Vanuatu is fast, but the property side of its program is still young, with only a handful of approved developments on one island. Our next country has been running its real estate route for years, and it connects 3 continents at once. Number 5. Egypt. Egypt sits at the meeting point of Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. And since 2020, it's turned that location into one of the cheapest full citizenship through property deals outside the Caribbean. Imagine owning a property along the Nile or on Egypt's coast, holding it for 5 years, and walking away with a genuine Egyptian passport at the end of it. For a minimum investment of just $300,000, less than half of what Turkey asked for later on this list. Processing takes 6 to 12 months, and Egypt also holds a business treaty with the United States, opening doors for entrepreneurs who want a foothold on both sides of the Atlantic. Here's the part most people don't know. Egypt joined the BRICS group of major economies in 2024, placing the country in the middle of a fast-growing trade network alongside Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, a geopolitical shift that's quietly boosting the appeal of its passport. Quick break before we get into the final 5. Hit subscribe. It helps more than you'd think, and it costs nothing. Now back to the countdown. Every country from here gives you a real shot at fast, genuine citizenship, starting with the cheapest option on the whole list. Number 4, Dominica. Dominica, not to be mixed up with the Dominican Republic, is a small mountainous island known as the Nature Island of the Caribbean, and it holds the title of the cheapest citizenship by investment program in the world that still includes a real estate option. Imagine a passport that costs the same whether you donate the money or put it into property. Just $200,000, the lowest figure anywhere in the Caribbean since a regional agreement locked in that shared floor back in 2024. The real estate route asks you to hold your property for 3 years, and processing takes about 5 to 8 months. You never have to set foot in the country at any point in the process, and once approved, your passport opens visa-free travel to more than 140 countries, including the UK and the Schengen area. Here's the part most people don't know. Over 60% of Dominica is still covered in untouched rainforest, and most of the properties approved for this program are eco-resorts built to protect that landscape rather than replace it. Dominica proves the Caribbean can still be affordable. Our next stop proves something bigger, that a piece of the European Union is still technically for sale. Number 3, Greece. Here's where we need to be fully honest with you. Greece does not sell citizenship straight for property. What it sells is residency, and that residency can, over time, turn into citizenship. We're including it because it's still the closest thing Europe has left to buying your way into the EU with real estate. Imagine landing in Athens, buying an apartment for 250,000 euros, and within months holding a residence permit that lets you spend up to 90 days out of every 180 anywhere across the Schengen area, without ever being required to actually live in Greece. That's the deal on offer, though prime spots like central Athens and the most popular islands now demand between 400,000 euros and 800,000 euros. The catch is time. Turning that residency into full citizenship takes at least 7 years of living in the country, plus a language and culture test. Nowhere near the fast passports elsewhere on this list. Here's the part most people don't know. More buyers from China have used Greece's Golden Visa than any other nationality since it launched in 2013, with investors from Turkey, the US, and the UK close behind. Greece rewards patience. Our next country rewards something else, a passport with a rare backdoor into both the United States and China at once. Number 2, Grenada. Grenada is a small island nation with one very unusual advantage. It's the only Caribbean citizenship country with a direct link into the American immigration system through the E-2 visa, and one of the very few passports on Earth that opens visa-free access to China. Picture holding a passport that gives you eligibility to apply for a U.S. business visa, a right some Americans by birth don't automatically get, while also letting you walk into China without a visa in hand. A donation starts around $235,000, or you can invest in an approved real estate project from roughly $270,000, held for at least 5 years, with processing taking 6 to 8 months. Here's the part most people don't know. Grenada is nicknamed the Island of Spice because it produces more nutmeg per square mile than almost anywhere else on Earth. There's even a nutmeg pictured on its national flag. Grenada opens 2 of the world's toughest borders at once, but our final country does something no one else on this list can. It hands you a full passport, not a donation receipt, for the price of an actual home. Number 1, Turkey. Turkey is the only country on this list that gives you a full, direct passport. Not a temporary residence, not a future promise, for a property purchase in as little as 3 to 6 months. Imagine buying an apartment in Istanbul, keeping the deed in your name, renting it out for income while you wait, and walking away 3 to 6 months later as a full Turkish citizen. No language test, no interview, no requirement to ever live there. The minimum investment is $400,000 in real estate, checked through an official government valuation, and you're allowed to combine more than one property to reach that number. Your spouse and children under 18 join the same application at no extra cost, and the passport itself carries visa-free or visa-on-arrival access to more than 110 countries from a country that sits right where Europe meets Asia. Here's the part most people don't know. Turkey once set its threshold at $1 million, then dropped it all the way down to $250,000 in 2018 to attract more buyers, before settling on today's $400,000 once demand exploded. In just a few years, it went from a hidden secret in the citizenship world to one of its busiest markets, pulling in applicants from more than 100 countries. So there you have it, 10 countries where a property purchase can truly change your nationality. From Jordan's $750,000 entry price, all the way down to Dominica's $200,000 minimum. From Greece's 7-year path to Turkey's 3-month passport. The world of citizenship by real estate is bigger and more varied than most people realize. If you had $400,000 to spend on a passport right now, which country from this list would you pick, and why? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe. We're covering the world, one border at a time.